What's going on YouTube? Welcome to another video. It's going to be another installment into the ER to PR series. And guess what we're doing? We're doing legs, we're squatting, all the different leg accessories. So, slowly healing up here, feeling better and better. Feeling like I really don't need the sling as much anymore, but just wearing it out of safety when it comes to the heavier compounds, just from bracing, and then just overall, just to make sure I'm not overextending or do anything that could lead to damage. But basically just doing the same warm-ups and just slowly progressing as I can where I feel good. And starting to feel a little bit of fatigue here. So a deload's probably going to be in order soon. 3 leg days a week for like the past month is kind of a lot, but you can do that and control volume. And then when you start feeling a little run down, when the weather shifts, or allergies start to kick in, you can make some changes to be able to fix that. So that's kind of what my game plan is going forward. And because this is all so new, I'm just really running with it until I can and I can't anymore, and then evaluating. Anytime you're trying out a new training system or new training style, you really have to be open-minded and see how your body adapts. Before the injury, I was doing 2 leg days a week, which I was recovering from, but you have to factor in you're also doing additional upper body and then the strongman stuff too. So it was just a lot of wear and tear, and you just don't recover as quickly. If you do an upper body day, you're still using your legs. So it all depends on, adaptation. And I'm somebody who, if I train, I adapt pretty well until I don't. And that's what happened with the injury. So just taking my time, trying to, maintain form, have some semblance of progressive resistance, which is super important. And just trying to, adjust with form and stuff. Obviously, with the SSB, you can't really engage the lats as much since I don't have, the one arm on the SSB here. I don't feel comfortable utilizing it in that manner to tighten the lats. So just watching the balance and making sure I'm as safe as I can. You don't want to get another injury while you're already injured, and then be able to eventually come back and lift the weights I used to lift, and just be able to continue on that journey. So like I said in previous videos, we're just free running these voiceovers. There's real no game plan. I'm just watching the video as you're watching it and, reminiscing and thinking about what was going through my head at the time. So, doing a lot of reps and stuff with any sort of squat is going to be taxing, but I feel like it's a good way to mix things up, lighter weight, and then just see how well your form can hold up over reps on reps on reps. So, you saw the game plan in a previous video, and it's good to get a pump. It's good to work in different rep ranges. If you're lifting heavy all the time, you're going to dig yourself into a hole. So, just doing what works and then moving on to other exercises. The belt squat I've been loving for a lot of rep work. You can do a lot of drop sets and stuff. It's easy to set up. You're not loading the spine. So you can really just focus on your squat form and however you want to squat. So I've been messing around with the foot stands to figure out what's the best for me. And slowly figuring out that the wider stance here seems to work a little bit better. And I'm still going to use the arm for support. Just if I don't have that bar on my back, balance is a little wonky. I feel like I'm sitting back and you have the counterbalance of the weight though, but just, a little bit of self-assurance when you're already injured. So just working through. Gym was kind of busy today. Just trying to not make sure my camera is in everyone's way. Get some good angles in between everyone doing stuff. And that's just kind of what I've always done. You film your set, move the camera out of the way, and then rinse and repeat for as many clips, whatever you need. So definitely progressing a lot on the belt squat, which I'm liking. And it's very, I don't know how to describe it. There's a lot of tension that you can definitely feel in the quads, obviously, because of, the hook position and where you're standing. But it does feel really good to just kind of sit back and you really feel like, that belt is really pulling the hips into position. So it feels really good to load them and then use them. So more leg press stuff here. There's really not a lot you can do when it comes to legs to stimulate growth on them. And so I was contemplating going back to, just standard leg press with both legs, but the amount of weight required I'd have to load would just be a problem. So with the unilateral stuff, you can really cut back on weight, find a balance between, literal balance, and then not having to load as many plates and just reps, slowing stuff down, just kind of going from there. So just whatever you can do to move is better than not moving. And you can kind of see here, this leg press is interesting. So it's got the two, loadable weight sides, and then there's an additional one on top, but I don't really mess around with that one. It's really hard, especially with one arm, to load a weight there, take it off, and then if you put multiple plates on top of each other there, it's just a weird, angle to get to. If you like stand behind it, there's not a lot of clearance because you can see the structure there. So I'm not really like what the point of the design was when they designed this. I don't think you have to be a pretty tall person to be able to clear all that. So don't want to deal with that. Every now and then somebody does leave one up there, so I just take it off the best that I can, or I'll just add it into the weight. But here, more hamstring curls. And like I said, just really bodybuilding focus at this point. Moving around so I, retain some degree of strength and flexibility, and just kind of doing whatever I can to stay occupied. So I can't wait to come back. It'll be fun. I'm really feeling that drive again to progress my upper body lifts, but we're going to have to start from not literal zero, but pretty low. So yeah, thanks for watching. These videos are getting shorter and same thing, but eventually we'll get back to the old way. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching the latest video. If you want to help support the channel, I actually own my own wet shaving and grooming e-commerce website where everything's handmade by me. It's www.apexsoaps.com, and you can get a 10% off code using wet shaver. We've got some cool scents here. We've got some Coca-Cola scents, a horchata scent, traditional barbershop, just some really cool stuff. And you can purchase samples or you can buy the whole set. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out via email. Be quick to respond. Thanks for watching.